Welcome to this deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're jumping straight into some really interesting source material. It's all focused on mastering everyday English conversation.
Right. Moving beyond the grammar books.
So exactly.
Yeah.
Forget the classroom drills for a sec. We're looking at the real practical English, the stuff you use daily.
Yeah, because, how many people study for years but still kind of freeze up just trying to order a coffee?
Or chat with someone they just met.
Exactly. So these sources we're looking at, they really dig into why that happens and, more importantly, how you can bridge that gap.
So our goal here, our mission for this deep dive, is to pull out the core ideas, the insights, maybe some surprising bits.
And the practical steps.
Right, the actual strategies from these sources, so you can start sounding, more natural, confident, maybe even like English is second nature, not just something you studied.
Okay, sounds good. Let's unpack it. Where should we start?
Well, let's start with what the source says makes everyday conversation so different from, formal textbook English.
Okay. Yeah, the sources highlight a few key things there.
One is speed. It's just fast, right? People
Yeah.
talk quickly, words kind of mush together.
Totally. And two, it can be messy. It's full of contractions, slang sometimes, and all those little emotional cues you get face to face.
Yeah. And the third big one, context. It's super reliant on context.
Oh, massively. You understand so much just based on the situation, the tone.
Yeah.
The source gives this brilliant comparison, actually.
Yeah, I like that one. It really makes the point. Imagine ordering coffee. The formal way might be, what was it? Excuse me, may I please have a large cup of latte coffee to take away?
Which is grammatically perfect,
Yeah.
sure, but it sounds, a bit stiff, doesn't it?
Yeah, robotic even. The native style example the source uses is just, hey, can I get a large latte to go?
See? Big difference.
Short, smart, smooth, efficient. That's what the source calls it.
And what's really interesting here, I think, is the source's core insight. Mastering this isn't really about nailing perfect grammar. It's more about pattern recognition.
Pattern recognition. Okay. What does that actually mean, though? For someone who's maybe spent ages on verb tables and sentence diagrams, how is learning patterns different?
That's a really good question. The source suggests it's less about building every sentence from scratch, like with grammar bricks, and more about recognizing and grabbing these pre-made chunks, these phrases or structures that native speakers just automatically use in certain situations, like little templates.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So your brain gets faster at spotting the situation and pulling out the right chunk instead of constructing the whole thing grammatically each time.
Exactly. Like learning chords on a guitar instead of figuring out every single note for a song from scratch every time.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. And the source gives us a kind of roadmap for building those patterns, right? By focusing on common situations.
He does, yeah. Walks through a few key daily scenarios. Let's take the coffee shop again. What does the source suggest for sounding natural there?
Well, it gives these simple, common phrases, not complex sentences. Things like, hey, can I grab a medium cappuccino?
Right. Or simple requests like, make it decaf, please. Or maybe adding something, oh, and can you warm that up a bit?
And the key phrases to sort of internalize are really practical, like, can I get or can I grab?
And knowing make it type, like make it soy.
And the difference between to go or for here, and then just a simple wrap up like, that's all, thanks.
Yeah, and the source has this neat practice idea. Just take a simple order like, hi, can I get a small black coffee to go? That's it, thanks. And say it. Then say it again, a bit faster. Build that rhythm.
Builds the muscle memory. Okay, what about another common one? Meeting someone new. That can feel tricky.
Totally. Yeah, a bit awkward sometimes. The source gives some really standard low-pressure openers.
Like,
hey, I don't think we've met. I'm Jake.
yeah.
Simple. Direct.
And then once you've done the names, the classic follow-up. So what do you do?
Yep. And you can have a simple answer ready, like, cool, I work in design. or whatever it is.
Yeah. So the key phrases there are things like, I don't think we've met.
The classic, what do you do?
Ending with nice meeting you, and maybe let's keep in touch.
Right. And the source includes a little practice dialogue, just showing how quick and functional those first interactions often are.
Okay, directions. Getting lost and needing to ask someone, that can feel pretty intimidating.
It can, but the source suggests easing in politely. Something like, hey, sorry to bother you, but do you know how to get to 5th Street?
Nice and gentle.
Yeah. And then maybe follow-ups like, is it far from here?
Oh.
Or just confirming, oh, cool, just past the gas station.
Right, so your essential toolkit includes sorry to bother you, or, excuse me,
You know how to get to
asking, is it far? And understanding those basic directions, go straight, take a left. It's just past the...
Yeah, simple stuff. And the source has this exercise idea. Picture yourself lost in, say, New York. Practice asking, hi, sorry to interrupt, I'm looking for Broadway. Any idea how to get there? Just rehearsing it helps.
Mental reps. Okay, what about daily errands? Like the supermarket or just popping into a store?
Yep, same idea. Common patterns exist there too.
Like asking if they have something. Hey, do you guys have almond milk?
Or finding stuff.
Yeah.
Where can I find the toothpaste? Or where's the...
Checking prices. Is this on sale? Even dealing with a potential problem. I think this might be expired.
Right. So the go-to phrases are things like, do you guys have tours the Ombres? Is this on sale? And maybe knowing, can I return this if needed?
Ode one.
The source gives a little mini dialogue example for this too, just showing how quick and friendly these chats usually are.
Okay, so even situations that seem a bit more serious, like the doctor's office or pharmacy, the source says they often use pretty conversational English too.
Surprisingly, yes. You don't necessarily need super formal or medical language. The source gives examples for describing symptoms simply.
Like,
hey doc, I've been feeling kind of dizzy lately, or suggesting what you think it is. I think I caught a bug.
right. Or asking about medicine. Is there something I can take over the counter for this? Or just how long should I rest?
Exactly. So key phrases are like, I've been feeling, or it hurts when I, maybe offering a guess. Any chance it's just a cold.
And asking for advice. What do you recommend?
And the source has a great tip here. Just use plain English. Describe what you feel. The doctor knows the medical stuff. They'll ask the right follow-up questions. You don't need the jargon.
That's relieving, actually. Okay, so we've got these specific situations covered, but then the source makes this really interesting point about small talk.
Ah, yes. Small talk. It calls it the real fluency test.
Oh, hang on. The real test, that feels backwards.
Yeah.
I'd think a big presentation or a formal debate would be the real test. Why small talk?
Well, think about it. Presentations, you can prepare, right? You have a script, maybe slides.
Sure.
Small talk is unpredictable. It's spontaneous. It happens fast. It's based on just being in the moment, and you have to react now. So the source argues it really tests your ability to connect, to be flexible, to navigate those fluid, unplanned moments.
Right. It's not a performance. It's interaction.
Yeah.
Okay. I get that. So what essential small talk starters does the source recommend having in your back pocket?
Really simple, common ones you hear constantly, like just busy day. Or the classic, how's it going? Asking about plans. Anything fun planned for the weekend. And that common way to show you understand or empathize. Oh, I hear you.
Yeah, those are everywhere. And the source suggests a practice challenge.
Yeah, take one starter, like busy day, and just mentally run through using it in, say, 3 different quick chats. Imagine the barista, a coworker, your neighbor. How would you say it? What might they say back?
Just making it feel more automatic.
Exactly. Getting quicker on your feet.
Okay, so we've got the situations, the phrases, the small talk, but what about actually sounding natural? The source gets into that too, right? Linking, tone, rhythm.
It does. That native sound.
Okay, let's break down linking and reduction. They sound kind of technical, but what are they actually doing in everyday speech? Is linking just running words together?
Pretty much, yeah. It's connecting the end sound of one word smoothly into the beginning sound of the next. So you don't have tiny little pauses between every single word. It makes speech flow.
Okay. And reduction. I have like squishing sounds.
Kind of. Yeah, it's when sounds in unstressed words or syllables get shortened or changed, or sometimes even dropped completely, especially when people speak quickly.
Ah, like the source's example is wanna instead of want to.
Yep. Gonna for going to.
Lemme for lemme?
Didya for didya.
Kinda for kinda. You hear those constantly.
All the time. And the source really emphasizes practicing these reductions out loud. Say, did you see that?
I'm gonna head out.
Let me help you.
And the key instruction is say it casually. Like you're talking to a friend, not reading from a page.
Right. That casual tone plus the linking and reduction, that's what creates that natural sound, not just, technically correct pronunciation.
Okay, this is a lot of great practical stuff. How does the source sort of boil it all down? It mentions 3 golden rules for mastering this, right?
It does. 3 core principles.
Rule number 1.
Rule 1, focus on situations, not just long vocabulary lists.
Back to the situations.
Yeah. Instead of trying to memorize thousands of words out of context, really master the language needed for, say, 10 or 20 common situations you actually face. The context helps you remember and use the language naturally.
Makes sense. Okay, rule 2.
Rule 2, talk aloud every single day.
Every day.
Every day. The source hammers this home. Your mouth, your tongue, your vocal cords, they need the physical practice. It's like exercise. Repeat phrases, shadow people you hear, act out those little dialogues. You got to move your mouth.
Get the physical practice in. Okay. And rule number 3.
Rule 3, and this one's maybe the most important, psychologically. Don't be perfect, be real.
Be real.
Yeah. The source points out, hey, native speakers stumble, we forget words, we restart sentences, we laugh at ourselves. The goal isn't some kind of robotic perfection.
It's just keeping the conversation going.
Exactly. Keep the flow. It's okay to make mistakes. Just be real.
Wow. Okay, those 3 rule situations over lists, talk aloud daily, and be real, not perfect.
Yeah.
That really sums up a different way of thinking about fluency, doesn't it?
It really does. It's active, practical, and honestly kind of forgiving.
So wrapping up this deep dive, it feels like the big takeaway from the source is that everyday conversation isn't just a dumbed-down version of formal English.
Not at all. It's its own thing.
Yeah.
A dynamic skill with its own patterns, its own rhythm.
It's where English really lives and breathes. And the goal isn't to sound like a textbook.
Definitely not.
But to sound like you. Friendly, clear, confident, just able to handle those daily interactions smoothly.
Exactly. And the source leaves you, the listener, with a direct challenge, a call to action.
Right. What is it?
It asks you about maybe 3 situations we talked about today. Could be coffee, meeting someone, asking directions, whatever feels relevant. And practice those key phrases, those examples out loud. Maybe record yourself just to hear how it sounds, get comfortable with them.
And then, the crucial step.
Try it.
Okay.
If you can, use it in the real world. Take it off the page, out of your head, and actually use it in a real conversation.
Because if mastering these everyday conversations really does make English start to feel like second nature,
then the final thought the source leaves us with is this. How does that kind of fluency change things? Not just what you can say.
but who you can connect with, who you can understand out there in the world.
Yeah. Something to think about as you take on that practice challenge.